Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is part 3 of the series that I started a couple weeks ago, where I can show you the ins and outs of a certain makeup technique. I will get down to the nitty-gritty and show you the most basic information about a different part of the makeup routine. In today's video, I am focusing only on the contouring and bronzing aspects of the makeup. Before I get started, let me get rid of the elephant in the room. My voice is sounding like a man right now. I completely agree with you. I know what you're thinking. You sound horrible, Luz. And yes, I do. I'm sorry, I'm sick. I'm not necessarily sick. I just woke up with a sore throat. I guess that makes me sick. And the most horrible voice that I sound like a man going through puberty, or like a kid going through puberty at this point. But I decided to film this video regardless of how I'm feeling and how I'm sounding, just because it's Friday and I want to get my videos ready for next week. If you're new to my channel, this is not the way my voice sounds all the time, I promise you. You can check out any of my other videos. My voice does not sound like this. So, if you're new to my channel, my name is Luz. I'm a mommy of 3 who loves to share her makeup and beauty advice. This is my beauty and lifestyle channel, so welcome so much. If you've been here before, welcome back. Truly appreciate you coming back. So, let's get started. I already have my foundation on. I applied the concealer and a highlighting technique, and now I'm going to deep dive into contouring. So there's many different types of contour out there. Use a powder, you can use a cream, you can use a stick, you can even use a darker or a deeper shade of foundation to contour your face. Typically you want to go for a cool tone or neutral tone contour to deepen the shadows that will make your face shape transform into whatever it is that you want. You typically want to go for a shade that is 1 or 2 shades deeper than your skin tone, as well as a cooler toned or a neutral toned. We do not want to mistake a contour with a bronzer. I think that's something that a lot of people tend to mistake, a contour with a bronzer. Although you can find a bronzer that is probably on the neutral side that will work great to contour, you don't want to use a very warm tone product to contour. I'm not saying you can't use a warm contour, because I have used it, but you don't want to go for a extremely warm contour, because that is going to give you more of a bronzy look. So a contour, what a contour does, is going to hide or give shadows to certain parts of your face that you want to minimize. For instance, you might want to use a contour to create a hollow right underneath your cheekbone to give the appearance of a higher cheekbone and a smaller face. You also may want to use it underneath your chin to hide this double chin right here. Or you may also use it if you have a round face like I do. You want to use it around here to go ahead and give it a slimmer, more oval shape. Or if you have a big forehead, you can put it on your forehead to minimize the appearance of the forehead. So what contouring is going to do is kind of hide the areas that you want to hide. Think of it like Spanx for your face. What the bronzer is going to do is that it's going to warm up your face. It's going to give a sun-kissed look, like you've been out in the sun, but at the same time, it's going to darken the perimeters of the face so that the center of the face, which is the part that you want to stick out, the part that you highlighted, that's the part that's going to give the center of attention. So when you do bronze your skin and you put it around the perimeters of the skin, blending it in with the contour, the overall finish of your look should be seamless, no lines of demarcation, as well as just a beautiful finish. So now that I talked about the different bronzers that there is in the market, the different ways you can use the bronzer, let's talk about the tools that you can use to create that bronzing or contouring technique. Brushes are my preferred way to apply bronzer and contour. So if you're using a cream contouring product, I recommend using a stipple brush to blend out the contour. I really enjoy these stipple brushes to do the contour just because it gives a flawless finish, and I find it super easy to blend because it's not too dense that it will remove the foundation that you already have underneath. Those dual fibers really do a great job at just gently blending out the contour without disturbing any of the rest of the makeup. You know, you can always use a sponge, and it is a preference, it is a favorite amongst many makeup artists and many people doing their makeup, period. To me, I find a sponge more useful as a finisher. So if, for instance, you want to blend your contour with your highlight, this is the perfect way that you can go back in there and make sure the two blend. If you're using a powder contour, I recommend something like an angled brush that's gonna fit right in the hollow of your cheekbone to apply that contour, and something small enough that'll fit right in here. I find the angle brush to be the perfect one just because it's already got that angle on it, perfect for the application, just tapping it on, and that's why I like the angle brushes to do powder contour. For bronzing, I prefer a large synthetic brush that'll fit all the large areas of your face, and preferably you want it to be a fluffy brush so that the product is not deposited in excess and you end up with a splotchy look. Usually if you go for a large fluffy brush, it will pick up a lot of product, but it will distribute it around your face quite nicely without making it hard to blend. So now that I talked about the tools, let's get into contouring this face. One of my favorite ways to contour is using a foundation that's 1 or 2 shades darker than my skin. For today, I am using the L'Oreal True Match in the shade N8 Cappuccino, and this is darker than my skin tone. It's not cool tone and it's not warm. It is neutral tone. I am yellow toned. I don't like something that's too gray. It just makes me look muddy, but you need to use something that is suitable for your skin tone. I'm gonna put a little bit of this onto my dish. I'm not gonna use a whole lot, just a little bit is all you need. For me, my main areas of concern are hollowing the cheekbones. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher than my actual hollow here. And the reason why I do that is because when I blend it out, I don't want it to go too low. This instantly brings my face features upwards instead of drooping down as it is on this side. I'm going to do half of my face so you can see the difference. I also want to put some around my jawline to give it more definition, and definitely under the chin to hide that double chin, baby. I also like to put some right underneath my lip. To give it a little bit of a pout, and I like to bring out my chin. I don't like to use any around my forehead because I have a small forehead, but I do want a little bit of color so that it looks balanced. So I'm going to put a tiny bit right around the perimeter of the hairline. Just a tiny bit. And now I'm going to go in with my stipple brush to blend this out. I'm pushing the product toward the back of my hairline and blending it upwards. I'm also wrapping it around the edge, the temples, to bring the face features in, and blending up towards the hairline. Don't worry if it looks messy at this time. We will get this situated in no time. And right here under the jaw, making sure to blend downwards. We don't want to have a beard look. Girl's gonna be looking snatched today. Gonna show up at my kids' gymnastics class looking like a snack. Now I'm gonna go in with a sponge to do that blending technique I talked about earlier. Oh, the wonders of contour. So instantly, this side of the face is looking a little bit more defined. It looks a lot thinner. It has a lot more definition. The jawline is more pronounced. You can still see my double chin, but it's not as enhanced as this side. The cheekbones are looking good. I look like I lost a little bit of weight versus this side. You can go even deeper and do contour your nose, but I'm going to leave that till the end. So now that I have the cream contour on, we want to set it. We want to make sure that the powders stay on and they don't budge, especially if you're using a cream. You don't want it to be sliding around doing its thing. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab the bronzer to set that whole area, and then I'm going to go deeper into with a powder contour to cut that cheek. Because I used a neutral toned contour and not a cool tone one, I'm gonna go in with something that's not too warm. I don't find a necessity to warm this up. I feel like it's pretty fine the way it is. When I use my Rihanna matchstick in the shade Mocha, I find it to be too cool toned, so I go in with a very warm bronzer. But for today, I'm going to use something on the neutral side of the bronzer. And for that, I'm going to use my Rimmel Maxi bronzer, and I'm going to focus this right on these two shades. And see how it picked up quite a bit of product. For the bronzer, you typically want to do a 3 on your face. You want to bronze up the cheeks, bronze up the temple, and bronze up your jawline. I'm going to pull my hair back. I'm going to do a quick little 3. Blend it out. Blend this out. Blend this out. And set underneath. And now my face is nice and set. I'm going to go in with a little bit of powder contour right on the underneath the cheekbone. And for that, I'm going to use a Max Blunt and my angled brush. I'm going to focus the product right on the edge versus the center, just so that it fits right on that cheekbone. Pull my hair back. And again, I'm going to go just a little bit higher. And go back with my bronzing brush to diffuse the edge. And that is it. This side looks great. This side looks boring. This side, I went on a mini vacation. I came back looking tan. This side, girl, you stayed at home all day. This side, girl, did you get lipo? This side, dang, what you been eating? What side do you want to be? So I'm going to do the other half of my face really quickly, and then I'll come back towards the end and we'll do the nose. So I have both of the sides looking pretty much even. Let's try to contour this nose. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a professional makeup artist. All I've learned, all I know is everything that I've practiced on my own face, on my own skin, on my own features, and I've learned most of what I know off YouTube. So, my nose shape might not be like yours, so you may want to do a little bit of research on how to contour your own nose shape. For my nose, I like to go for I like to go in with something that's a little bit more cool tone. So I'm gonna use my matchstick, my Fenty matchstick in the shade Mocha. And for me, I like to start at the very top, right by the brow bone, because naturally we already have a hollow place there, and we also usually put something in the crease so it kind of just merges in. So I'm going to start right up here and try to create a pretty straight line going all the way down. I like to bring mine all the way down here. That's one side, and it's kind of crooked, but it's all right. And now the other side, we're going to try to keep these lines very close to each other, very straight. And that's that there. And it looks better already. And then, once I've done that, I'm going to make a line right through here. I have pretty large nostrils, so I like to make them look a little bit more pinched together. And that is it. So I'm going to put some right here, because I'm not going to really use anything on my eyes. I'm going to just blend this out as my crease color. And grabbing a synthetic brush, I'm going to blend this out. And then I'm going to set it with that same powder that I used right on the cheekbone. And then with my fluffy brush that I use to contour, I'm gonna blend this out up and down. And finish it off with a little bit of highlight down center and right on the tip of the nose. And that is it. This is the finished look, bronzed and contoured to the gods, looking like a snack. But for real, this is the finished look. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of setting spray just so that all the powders that I put on my face melt right into my skin, and it looks like I ain't got no makeup on. This is my real skin. And now it's gonna be time for some blush and highlight. But if you want to watch that, you gotta wait till my next video. I'll show you how I apply my blush and my highlights to finish off the face. And if you are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe by clicking my little face right here. And if you want to watch any of my other videos, including my foundation routine and my concealer routine, you can click here or here, and it'll take you to that next video. Thanks for watching, y'all. I love you guys.